Hello, we are the group 1. So now we want to go into our presentation, and this is our group member. My name is Kai Shen.
I'm Jing Shen.
I'm Ye Yi.
I'm Ka Hao.
And Wen Feng.
Ji Yong. So first we talk about the alternative one, not marketable financial assets. Not marketable financial assets is the asset can't be sold and no one is trading this kind of asset in the secondary market. For example, bank deposit, the bank fixed deposit, life insurance deposit, company deposit, and the provident funds and deposit. Today we will talk about the fixed deposit in Afrin Bank. The fixed deposit is a saving or investment account that promises a fixed interest rate to investor. In return, the investor agree not to withdraw or use their funds for a fixed period of time. In time deposit investment, interest is paid only at the end of the investment period. The risk of the time deposit is relatively low. However, when the inflation rate grows faster than the interest rate of time deposit, the higher risk faced by time deposit is the risk of inflation. In addition, the interest earned from time deposit is not efficient and needs to be taxed. Therefore, investing money in time deposit is not good for business. Besides, if one to withdraw the saving before the maturity period, the banks will penalty the depositor. It means the depositor can earn the full payment of interest return. Finding ways to increase your money can be a difficult task, especially when it comes from financial investment. However, fixed deposit provide a safe and more convenient way than various ways in which saving can be established. We can know that the risk we need to attention when invest the fixed deposit. Therefore, there are some important material to explain how to manage the risk of fixed deposit. One of the most important things to consider when investing in fixed deposit is interest rate. The longer the term, the higher interest rate offered. Again, if this applies to short-term time deposit, the lower interest rate offered, so the depositor must concern with the inflation rate will fall or grow in the future before invest into the fixed deposit and determine the length of the fixed deposit. In Malaysia, the interest rate on time deposit is 3 or 4%. However, banks sometimes offer special or promotion rates for conditional short-time fixed deposit. For example, if your minimum deposit is high, the bank will offer a high interest rate. Each bank has its own calculation method when implementing fines for early withdrawal. Therefore, it is important to consider preparing to lock the money within agreed time period before signing any contract, knowing that if the time deposit is terminated before the due date, you will be charged a fine. If you still want to apply for a type fixed deposit, it is safer to choose a shorter period.
Now I want to talk about the bottom part. In the alternative to capital market securities, it has classified to bonds and common stock. Its risks have for the foreign exchange risk, the risk of substantial disruption, profit margin and cash flow risk, the regulatory risk. And its return is the final ordinary dividend recommended by the director in respect of the financial year ended 31 December 2017 is 25 cents per ordinary share, totaling Rm 67,500,000 subject to the shareholder approval at the forthcoming annual general meeting of the company. The risk management had 4. The foreign exchange risk. The company hedges its dollar denominated liabilities using forward, other derivative instruments, and the generation of dollar denominated sales. It avoids the question of risk from derivative speculation by limiting the use of derivative instruments up to 100% of the value of the underlying dollar-denominated liabilities net of dollar-denominated assets. The risk of substantial disruption. The risk of operational disruption is most relevant to the refining unit since disruption in this unit can have serve and repairing effect. The refinery division and the Petro Malaysia companies have been implementing programs designed to directly promote the avoidance of operational disruption, prove effective maintenance practice, and the inculcation of a culture of safety and continuous process improvement. And the profit margin and cash flow risk. Price exposure are managed through commodity hedging to counter abrupt and significant drops in price resulting in inventory loss on both crude and petroleum products. Considering that the company keeps crude and product inventories, any drop in price affects profit margin. And the regulatory risk. The company maintains strong lines of communication with its various counterparties in government and in the public arena. In both local and national levels, the company uses these lines of communication to identify potential risk factors and respond to this in a proactive manner. The company remains compliant with the various environmental standards set by the government.
The last alternative is derivative securities. Derivative securities is a financial instrument that value depends on other more fundamental variables. It includes forward contracts, futures, options, and swaps. The risk that involved in derivative securities is market risk, counterparty risk, liquidity risk, and interconnectedness risk. Then we decided to invest in gold futures. The risk in gold future is about the price. The risk that invest in gold future is about the price fluctuations and the price deviating from its expected value. We can get the returns when the price of gold rises and the expected price falls, and then buy back at a lower price. The risk management for derivative securities is to manage the market risk by improve the analysis and forecasting ability of the market and analysis economic factors and political factors as well as previous price to accurately predict future price trends. Another is to manage the credit risk of financial derivative by strengthening self-disciplines management and internal control of participants, and remain macroeconomic stability and reduce the total amount of market risk that can cause credit risk. Another manage is to manage the liquidity risk by implement diversified investment and implemented for the flow of funds to avoid centralized payment of various currencies and products in certain period. The last management is to manage operational risk by improve the organization structure.
I'm going to talk about that we are given 100,000 ringgit to invest in non-marketable financial assets, capital, market securities and derivative securities. We decided to invest 40,000 ringgit in non-marketable financial assets, 30,000 ringgit in capital market securities and 30,000 ringgit in derivative securities. This is the WACC. The WACC of alternative 1 is 1.58% and alternative 2 is 4.83%. Alternative 3 is 8.973% and the total is 15.383%. And the alternative 1 is non-marketable financial assets. We had invested 40,000 ringgit in fixed deposit of Fm2. The 10-year return is 16,686.6 ringgit, which is the 56,686.6 minus 40,000 ringgit.
So now we talk about the alternative 2. Assume that we distribute 30% of 100,000 ringgit in alternative 2 capital market securities, which is 30,000. So we decide to buy the share of Petro Malaysia Company of 5 August 2016 and sell it on 28 December 2017. The share price of 5 August 2016 is Rm 3.56 per share. Dividend of the share is 22 cents per share. Then we decide to sell our share on 28 December 2017. The share price of that day are 40 ringgit point 60 per share. So we decide to buy 400 shares of Petro Malaysia. So next, the calculation. First, the purchase price is equal to number of share multiple share price. This is the 29,998 ringgit. Dividend is the dividend per share multiple number of share, equal to 1,848. The sell price is the number of share multiple share price, is the 122,640 ringgit. And the gain on sales is the sell price minus the purchase price, is the 92,642 ringgit. And the total return is the gain on sales plus dividend, is the 94,490 ringgit. And the growth rate is equal to the present dividend minus past dividend and divide past dividend multiple 100%, is a 10%. And rate of required returns is the expected dividend payment divide current stock price plus growth rate and multiple the 100%, is the 60.1%. So next we talk about the alternative 3 derivative securities. Assume that the required return is 29.91%, and next we talk about the contract specification. The contract code is FGLD and the underlying assets is gold assigned to a minimum of 195 finesse. Contract size is the 100 gram and the price quotation is Ringgit Malaysia per gram. The contract month is August. When 19 April 2018, the price of gold is 124.5 ringgit per gram. Therefore, we want to buy 200 grams of gold. We evaluate the portfolio value 24,090 ringgit. That's the 124.5 ringgit multiple 200 gram. Average hedging amount is 2 FGLD contract. 100 gram is 1 FGLD contract and 200 gram is 2 FGLD contract. So we can buy 2 FGLD contract with the broker at the current price of 124.5 ringgit. When 2 August 2018, the gold price is raised to 161.75 ringgit per gram. Re-average portfolio value is 32,350 ringgit. The gross physical gold value is 7,450 ringgit. At this investment, we have a gain of FGLD is 7,450 ringgit.
We get the conclusion. First, alternative 1, non-marketable financial asset. This is financial instrument which cannot be sold and not available in secondary market. For example, saving account, current account, fixed deposit. Fixed deposits are low risk and generally give more interest. The interest rate of fixed deposit vary depending on the term of the deposit. Fm Bank is the bank which have high interest rate of fixed deposit compared with other banks, and that is why we choose it to deposit the money. Second, alternative 2, capital market security. It is long-term investment that are higher risk and higher return. For example, common share, preferred share, and bond. Common stock is higher return than preferred stock and bond, so that we choose to invest in common stock. Petron Malaysia is an emerging and rapidly developing Asian oil company. The company has earned very strong cash flow in the past 2 years. The company dividend interest rate has increased from 12 cents to 22 cents. Last, alternative 3, derivative security. Derivative is a financial security with a value that is relied upon or derived from an underlying asset or group of assets. Gold has always been regarded as an important value of money and commodity in the international. Gold also is a safe haven asset and the best performing asset of the century. Moreover, the gold reserves on the earth are fixed. With the continued mining of gold, there is less gold. The relevant professional institution predict the remaining gold reserve will only be exploited for 20 years, so gold will become more valuable. Thank you.